Dear students, myself Kumaresh Haldar, I welcome you all to the EPG Pathshala. I am an assistant professor in the Department of Food Engineering of National Institute of Food Technology, Entrepreneurship and Management, Kundli, Sonipat, Haryana. Today I am going to talk about production of fruit juice concentrates and powders from the paper Technology of Fruits and Vegetables. We all know that functional and health benefits of different varieties of fruits like mango, banana, orange, papaya, etc., which have been proven by many researchers. But prima facie of fact is that most of those are seasonal or not available in sufficient quantity everywhere. To overcome this situation, it is required to preserve the product in concentrate form or in powder form. Uh, Generally, fruit juice is extracted and we can use extracted juice or other parts also. Then since from a few decades back, the concentrated and powder forms of fruit product have started their journey. It is very new actually in the world food market. Different market survey revealed that present health conscious world has very high demand of natural food products throughout the year. Because of this, nowadays natural fruit juice concentrates and powders are gaining huge popularity. Those products are rich in several vitamins, minerals, which can be used as nutritional supplements in several value added products also. These products are very easy to handle, have better shelf life, require minimum storage space, easy to transport to longer distances, and attract customers also. So the functional and economical aspects of fruit juice concentrates and powders are very strong as compared to the other juice products. Now we'll have a look to the objective. What are the main objective of this course? We will have an idea of concentration method for fruit juice concentrates and production of fruit juice powders along with examples. Now we'll discuss concentration method by membrane filtration. Mainly we will discuss reverse osmosis because in the fruit juice concentration we will find application of reverse osmosis only. That is known as coal concentration also in industry. However, a membrane based food concentrate producing technology is becoming an important emerging trend that we all know because all the heat sensitive products components present in liquid food can be preserved. Membrane filtration is generally a pressure driven technology. We all know that. In that case, you will find pore sizes of membrane ranges from 0.2 to 5 micrometer, offering a wide spectrum of application for the juice industry. So you can find an emerging trend of using this coal concentration. Most frequently we use that reverse osmosis that we have already told. This membrane separation process, in the membrane separation process, you will find liquid is enclosed in a system confined by a semi-permeable membrane. First, we will start with production of fruit juice concentrates. Fruit juice concentrate is now a well-known product in the market, which can be produced after removal of certain proportion of water from juice, mostly by simple evaporation, freezing or other acceptable economically feasible processes. There has been a remarkable growth in the production of fruit juice concentrate due to change in the demand for the fruit juice concentrate in various types of non-alcoholic or alcoholic fruit drinks, soft drinks, yogurt, baby foods, ice cream, etc. The consumers are now moving away from the alcoholic products to healthier fruit-based products or products formulated incorporating fruit juices. Consumers are demanding nowadays, healthier option, while at the same time have increased concerns about food safety risks. Now these two trends that may often conflict with each other in juice concentrate processing. The following steps are generally followed properly for the concentrate preparation from fresh juice. The unit processes associated with the raw materials preparation are typically the first process, that raw fruits and vegetables are subjected to preparation after harvest. In general, raw materials preparation processes are aimed at: first one is readying raw fruits for cleaning, removal of unwanted items such as peels, husk, core, pits, stem, etc. Then second one is transforming them into proper size and shape. And last one is inactivating microbial as well as enzymatic activity, generally by blanching wherever necessary. Then we go for grading and sorting for quality control purposes, and segregating fruits based on their size, weight and or color for further processing. Peeling is done if required. For some fruits, pitting is also done, which is employed to remove the pits from the cherries, from the fruits like cherries, peaches, apricots, olives and plums. Mechanical extraction, obviously used for liquid extraction, is generally widely used process, in which high pressure is generally applied to fruits using a pressing action to rupture the cell walls and to get juice. Before concentrating of natural fresh juice, it should be clarified and filtered properly. However, opal juice can also be concentrated. Along with this, the canning process is also done for certain fruits where products are sterilized, preserved in hermetically sealed containers that prevent microbial spoilage. The basic canning process consists of 5 unit operations. First one is filling, second one is exhausting, third one is sealing, fourth one is heat sterilization, and last one or fifth one is cooling. Then pasteurization is generally done for, that is we know that mild thermal heat treatment actually, generally used for liquid foods such as fruit juice, vegetables, milk. We can generally heat product to below 100 degrees centigrade for a sufficient time, and you can hold the product also for a sufficient period of time to destroy almost all pathogenic microorganisms. Cold storage and frozen storages are generally used for storage of product, means concentrates. We generally store product at specific temperature and humidity condition. Generally temperature is important in this case, and cold storage and frozen storage are generally used at at different stages of fruit processing. Concentration methods for fruit juice concentrate. The main aim of concentrate production is to increase the total solid, right, or dry matter content, and to remove certain proportion of water so that manufactured product will have longer shelf life, easy to handle or store. But all these selected processes should be able to preserve sensory qualities as well as valuable components present in fruit juice like vitamins, minerals, sugars, organic acids, coloring compounds and natural antimicrobials. The methods mostly used for production of fruit juice concentrates are: first one is evaporation, second one is freezing and membrane filtration. These are the mostly used concentration methods to produce fruit juice concentrate. Now we will start evaporation. This is the most popular concentration method for the food products. Concentration by evaporation of water is performed in this case in a steam heated evaporator, where steam provides the energy required for evaporation. Water evaporated during this process is then exhausted out from the system and condensed. To take care of the heat sensitive valuable components of the products, evaporation is done at low boiling point, that means under vacuum, to minimize energy cost or for better steam economy and continuous operation. Usually more numbers of effects are applied in sequence, that means continuous type multiple effect evaporators are used instead of single effect or simple evaporator. The evaporation processes in different type of evaporators have been shown in figure. Evaporator should be chosen obviously according to the juice properties, because during condensation process those properties play important role. In figure you can see we have multiple or triple effect evaporation system, and another one multiple effect evaporation with thermal recompression system, where we use steam from the second effect and recompress it to use it again in first effect. Second method of concentration by freezing. Concentrate can be prepared by freezing of the watery portion of juice that we all know In that case, what we do? By freezing, ice crystals of clean water forms, which means loss of solvent in the solution. As freezing process proceeds further, more concentrated solution is produced in that case. Means we can say as the freezing process proceeds, remaining solution will be concentrated. With the then freezing process, we can see in the diagram, freezing curve is given where first stage the removal of sensible heat from the food, then removal of latent heat, means during freezing we remove latent heat from the food. Then after that what we do? Again we remove sensible heat from the food. After complete crystallization, during freezing, crystals are separated by centrifugal separation. That process is known as cryoconcentration or freeze concentration. Or we can directly sublimate under vacuum, means we can sublimate those ice crystals under vacuum, which process that process is known as lyophilization or freeze drying. This is a very gentle concentration method, as we can see, because high temperature there is no exposure to high temperature, so we can retain aroma, color, vitamins as maximum as possible, and generally this is used for concentration of valuable heat sensitive fruit juices. High energy consumption is there and low concentration efficiency. These are the two major disadvantages of this process. Now we will talk about drying methods for fruit juice powder production. First we will discuss about solar drying, that means open air drying. You know that this is very old and traditional method of drying for fruits and vegetables. But in powder production from fruits and vegetables, this method is not very common. We all know that. But why we are not using this system nowadays? Because space requirement, labor input and large scale production, uncontrolled rate drying and insect infestations, those factors limits to use this system, open air drying. However, this method is not very common nowadays. Now we will have a discussion on drum drying. Drum drying is a conduction drying, we all know that. Generally we use for viscous and sticky products. The drum dryer is an indirect type dryer where concentrated product may be through fruit juice concentrate, which is generally sprayed over the rotating steam heated drum surface. Then that heated product after drying will be scraped off by the doctor blades, and one thing, the food remains on the drum surface for the greater part of the rotation. Doctor blade, we position the doctor blade actually at an angle of 15 to 30 degree with respect to rotating drum surface. So you can see this is our drum drying for production of fruit juice powder. This we can see in the figure, membrane is a barrier which allows some of its component to pass through the membrane and some cannot. The stream containing components passing through the membrane is called permeate, and stream containing the retained material is called retentate or concentrate, whatever you want to say. By this pressure driven process, obviously we know, as we have discussed, this is a pressure driven process. By this process, concentrate can be produced up to 30 bricks. Mainly reverse osmosis is used for these purposes. However, microfiltration, ultrafiltration, nanofiltration can also be used. Apart from the above concentration methods, low temperature vacuum evaporation is also very popular in the field of concentration of heat sensitive commodities like juice, milk, etc. Concentration is performed in a liquid filled container. In this case, low temperature vacuum evaporation, obviously under reduced pressure, which is at lower value than the vapor pressure of liquid, causing the liquid to evaporate at lower temperature. Hence, the dry matter content increase in the remaining product. Here we have some examples of different fruit juice concentrate products. You can see there we have discussed their production processes also. First one is orange juice concentrate. which is generally prepared by removing most of the water. Juice generally contain 85 to 90% water, either from the fresh and pasteurized single strength juice or from a stored or pasteurized juice. Single strength juice is used for concentration purposes. Multiple effect falling film type evaporator is mostly used for this type of concentrate preparation. Freezing concentration can also be used for this, which has the principal advantage of concentrating certain soluble fragrant component in the liquid product. Lime juice, grapefruit juice, lemon juice can also be concentrated using freeze concentration and vacuum evaporation methods. In case of grapefruit juice, pasteurized juice is concentrated under high vacuum to about 5-fold to 4-fold as per requirement. Concentration of cranberry juice, blackcurrant and gooseberry juice involves reverse osmosis and evaporation, etc. Guava juice concentrate is generally prepared by falling film rising film evaporator. Before concentration, guava puri is gone through enzymatic treatment to reduce its viscosity and easy flow of material. Generally pectic enzyme is treated. Guava juice concentrate is suitable for drying it to guava juice powder as well as for the preparation of RTS beverages. Mango juice concentrates can be produced by the heat treatment of fresh mango puree. Heat treatment is done at 75 degrees centigrade for 1 minute. Then quick cooling of the same is done. After centrifugation at 5000 rpm, decantation of the cooled product is done to separate the serum and pulp portions. The serum is either evaporated or freeze concentrated up to 45 degree Brix prior to mixing with the pulp portion. Most volatile flavor components are lost into the distillate stream during concentration. Passion fruit juice concentrate generally obtained by partial evaporation of the water at a short residence time in the evaporator to prevent thermal damage of heat sensitive volatile flavors. Here in this section, we will see that further removal of water from concentrated juice or other way around enriching the dry matter by removing watery portion to such an extent where product can be converted to its powder form. Fruit juice powders have many functional benefits and economic potentials over their liquid counterparts, such as reduced volume or weight, reduced packaging, easier handling and transportation, longer shelf life, usage as functional ingredients and readily reconstitutable as water, but it is hard to preserve the natural characteristics like color, flavor, etc. of the original fruits obviously. The fruit juice powders are natural sources of bioflavonoids, fibers, minerals, vitamins, and on supplementation they can enhance the nutritional benefits of other products. The solids of many juices and their physicochemical properties implies that they are better for carrying both fat and water soluble nutrients. Fruit powders are mostly used in fresh juice preparation, milkshakes, drinks, ice creams, confectionaries, baby foods, bakeries, jam and various other food preparations. Several techniques have been developed to prepare powder from mango, orange, lemon, guava, passion fruit, banana, avocado, tomato, etc. Fruit juice can be converted into highly hygroscopic powder by various drying methods like solar drying, spray drying, drum drying, freeze drying, vacuum drying, puff drying, etc. Fruit juice powders are base stored with various components of nutraceuticals, importance like anthocyanin, flavonols, flavons, etc. These components can contribute to the total antioxidant capacity of the juice solids and provide added benefits in food product application. The fruit juice powders are good source of fiber, which has the ability to reduce risk of cancer and also to prevent the coronary heart diseases. Fruit juice powders are significant sources of vitamins. Orange, lemon and lime juices are rich source of vitamin C, whereas carrot and cantaloupe juices are rich in vitamin A, as we all know that. Cereal food manufacturers often utilize fruit juice components to add natural color to their products. The anthocyanin, carotenoid, chlorophyll and tannin pigments found in the fruit provide natural colorant. is often is a value added approach to design and cereal products for health conscious consumers. Carrot juice powders can be used to produce a vibrant orange color, sunset yellow color by orange juice powder. Beet juice powder has been used to provide products with natural color ranging from peach to purple. To get blue violet color of blueberries, blueberry juice powders can be formulated and can be used in cream, cheese, cheese spread, muffins for consistent diffusion throughout the mixture. Naturally rounded flavor notes, floral overtones of fruit juice are difficult to mimic in formulated flavor compounds. Fruit juice solids can be used to minimize or eliminate this challenge. As major components of fruit fillings for cereal bars, tropical coatings for cereal flakes, fruit juice powders can be used to lend familiar flavor notes to provide a more produced flavor. Juice powders should be used in acidic system. Pineapple, papaya, mango, orange and banana juice powders can be combined with added flavors to enhance tropical flavors. Freeze-dried fruit juice powders retain the humectant properties of sugar, fibers originally present in the juice, making them a great adjuvant for moisture control in fillings and batters. In this we can see fruit-based slurry mixed with the gelatinized cereal paste. After heating and agitating, obviously the paste is enriched with starch and other ingredients are applied as thin film to the outer surface of the slowly revolving hollow drum, which is heated internally by steam. Thickness of the film can be adjusted by changing the gap setting. Drum dryer generally may be classified according to numbers of drums, maybe single drum, double drum or twin drum, or pressure surrounding the product. We can classify depending on the pressure surrounding the product also, means atmospheric or based on vacuum. We can also classify based on feeding arrangement, maybe nip feed, splash feed, deep feed or roller feed. Next we will discuss about spray drying. How we can use spray drying in production of fruit juice powder. Spray drying is the transformation of feed from fluid state into dried particle form by spraying the feed by means of atomizer into a hot drying medium. Spray drying is considered to be one of the best methods for drying of food materials. The droplets are subject to a stream of hot air flowing either concurrently or countercurrently in relation to the falling droplets. Schematic diagram we can see where spray dryer is presented, we have presented spray dryer. The final product consists of spherical particles which is of fairly uniform in size, generally fallen down towards the bottom of the drying chamber from where it is removed or collected. We will discuss now freeze drying, means production of food powder by freeze drying. Freeze drying, which is also known as lyophilization or cryodesiccation. In this dehydration process, which is generally mostly used for valuable and heat sensitive food material, accomplished by 4 stages, namely pre-treatment, freezing, primary drying and secondary drying. In pre-treatment stage, which includes methods of treating the product prior to freezing. In freezing, that means the next step, material is cooled below its triple point, the lower temperature at which solid, liquid, gaseous phase of material can coexist. Usually freezing is done at temperature between -50 to -80 under high vacuum. Rate of freezing determines the size of ice crystals. Freezing phase is most critical in whole freeze drying process because the product quality depends on the proper freezing and formation of ice crystals. During primary drying, the pressure is reduced and enough heat is applied to the ice crystals for sublimation. At last stage of freeze drying, which is known as secondary drying, where remaining unfrozen water molecules are removed, it is well known that freeze drying produces highest quality product. This is mainly because of food structure components that are not severely damaged as in other preservation procedure. Freeze dried food products normally possesses well preserved characteristics with respect to color, flavor, texture, etc. They are light in weight and easily rehydratable also. Now we will discuss about foam mat drying. This is a very efficient method, method of drying actually, to prepare good quality reconstituable product, means powder. In this method of drying, liquid juice concentrate along with a suitable foaming agent is whipped to form stable foam and is subjected to dehydration in the form of a mat of foam. Rate of drying in this case is also high because of increase in gas liquid interface and rapid removal of water. If the foaming process is done properly, a high quality product can be obtained. This process is suitable for a wide variety of products like fruit juice, milk, etc. Fruit juice powders obtained through this process have high economic potential, over their liquid counterparts, such as reduced volume. What are the economic potential? Means it will reduce the volume or weight, reduce storage space, simpler handling, and transportation is also easy, and it gives much better shelf life. Now we'll discuss puff drying. We can use puff drying to produce fruit juice powder. In this process, we can see product produced which is of porous in structure. This porous structure is due to the application of vacuum, which increases the volume of the concentrate by about 20 times. Ordinarily, a pressure of 2 to 6 mmHg is required in this case. Drying may be done either in vacuum, shelf dryer or in a belt dryer, and at the end of drying the product is cooled to prior releasing vacuum in order to prevent the possible collapse of the puffed structure. So we can see how we create the puff structure. Now we will discuss co-crystallization. Co-crystallization has been principally developed for the preparation of fruit juice powder for use in pharmaceutical industry. Crystallization of sucrose in the presence of a second ingredient create an infinite dispersion of this ingredient over the entire surface of the new aggregate. This phenomenon is termed as co-crystallization, which improve the functional properties of the second. Co-crystallization is also one of the encapsulation technique, you can say, in which flavor materials are incorporated during crystallization of a solid, and most commonly sucrose. Now we'll have few examples of different fruit juice powder products. We can see first example we have given pineapple juice powder, then fruit juice beverage powder, then mango powders, passion fruit powders, guava powders, papaya powder, banana powder, lemon powder. Notter described the production of powder from pineapple juice concentrate by vacuum tray drying. In this drying method, pineapple juice concentrate of 47 degree Brix was sprayed on tray at 0.5 pound per foot square and dried at 2 mmHg pressure under various conditions of time and temperature. Freeze drying is also a very common method for the powder production from pineapple juice. Fruit juice beverage powder can be produced by blending fruit juice, sugar, citric acid in appropriate proportions. The pasteurization at 85 degrees centigrade for 2 minutes and freeze drying generally used to produce food powder. Various dried mango products are available to produce powder. The methods generally used are drum drying, spray drying, foam mat drying, freeze drying, which are reported. Dehydrated passion fruits powder by freeze drying and by vacuum puff freeze drying are also found. Production of powder from guava pulp can also be accomplished by freeze drying, foam mat drying, spray drying and tunnel drying. Papaya powder can also be prepared by simple sun drying or by oven drying from papaya pulp. Banana pulp can be dried to produce powder by simple sun drying or by drum drying. Lemon powder can also be prepared by vacuum tray dryer, and in case of orange powder we can use puff drying, foam mat drying, and several researches on spray drying of orange juice powder have also been reported. Now students, we have already discussed production method of fruit juice concentrates and powders. For fruit juice concentrate we have discussed evaporation method by simple or single effect evaporator, multiple effect evaporator. Then we have discussed freeze concentration. Then we have also already discussed concentration by membrane filtration, membrane method. So, and we have already discussed production method of powders also, means power by open air drying, by means solar drying, then by drum drying, by spray drying, and foam mat drying, then puff drying, co-crystallization. So we have discussed all these uh, concentration and drying methods for fruit, particularly which are applied for fruits and vegetable concentrate and powder production. We all know that now this is conclusion part. We all know that fruit juice concentrates and powders are quite popular in recent years as they are easy to handle, require minimum space for storage, and are attractive. These products can be used as convenience food, also in lieu of fresh ingredients, and it has better shelf life because of their very useful functional and health benefits. Those are utilized as natural colorants and flavorings also, or for other value addition in food products. So, according to the health conscious consumer's preference, it can be concluded that fruit juice concentrates and powders have great future, great future prospects to provide new direction in product development. Thank you.